Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Andrew the Moo, and we are now playing the Stanley Parable. Give me just one moment, I have to check one thing real quick. Always like to check one or two things before we begin playing. So if you will be patient with me just one moment before we get to playing the Stanley Parable. Hope you're all having a great day today, and looking forward to playing through this. This was gifted to me, if I remember correctly, by a friend of mine for Christmas this year. It's a game I had not yet played myself. But it's, like I said, it's one that I have not had a chance to play as of yet. And so we're going to hop into it here shortly. Okay, so we are live and we are good to go. So we're going to hop in over here and come on. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Ooh, I can hear myself. I'm gonna mute. Alright, so now we're back into the game, and I can begin the game. The end is never the end is never the end is never the loading. Oh, no, game, don't lock up on me, game, don't lock up on me, game, please, game. No. A lot of times games will do that. They'll just like throw the not responding on me not because they're not responding, but because of the fact they're in the process of loading. So we'll give this just a moment and see what it does. Please don't be messing up on me, game. Don't be messing up on me. Great way to start a stream with the game locking up. Nope. Okay, it's back now. It was a great way to start the game with the game locking up. Oh, no, it's not responding again. Why, computer, why you do this to me? Why you do this? Okay, it's back. Guess who's back? Back again. The game is back. Tell a friend. All
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so apparently I'm going to get up out of my desk and I'm going to step out of my office. I want to look and see, is there anything in this room of interest at the moment? Anything I can interact with, maybe? Okay, apparently not. I don't know how to interact with anything anyway, so... I don't know what to do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I'm assuming that's the meeting room up ahead. But this is one of those things where I like
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, first of all, who sits at a desk with just a lamp and a pencil sharpener? I mean, come on. It's a lamp and a pencil sharpener. There's got to be more to it than that. I mean, 432 must have been like the redheaded stepchild of the office, for that. Who foughted, mug. And I'm looking around because I don't know what's going to happen or if anything will happen. I wish I could get a better look at that monitor. I'm assuming this is the way to the meeting room. Stuff on the flow, stuff on the flow. Computers left running, computers left running. Again, I wish I could zoom in on some of this stuff to see what it says. I really, really, really wish I could see better. Okay, I didn't jump on that. I just walked. Did I walk on the box? Okay, I walked on the box is what happened. I was like, wait, what? Username. Your username is access. Okay. Oop, 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 oop. Telephone in a box. Coffee spilt. I hate Mondays. Ha ha ha. I can't. Stuck in the door. Stuck in the door. Hope I don't miss anything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right. For some reason, all right. Let me stop and pause here for a moment because the guy is telling me everything I need to do, but I mean, you know, it's telling me I need to go to the left. But for some reason, I've got the idea that I'm going to go to the right. I don't know why. I've never played this game. I've never seen a video of this. But for some reason, I am compelled to go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's exactly why I did this, so I could go to the employee lounge. I have no idea where I'm headed, but...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, yeah. Do I have like $1.25? Can I...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Ooh, notepad. I can't do anything with the notepad. Are you gonna smart off some more about the room?
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
It's quite possible that's why everybody left.
But at
Okay.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I'm a rebel. That's all I have to say is I am a rebel. Oop. Where am I now? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Yes, this is my first time playing. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
All right,
There's
Mr.
someone
Narrator.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
In the employee and in the meeting room. Hold on just 1 second. Okay. All right, we're back. So, is this a love story? Okay. I'm assuming I can't go through this door. I can click, and clicking, I might be able to interact with things. Okay, so I go this way, I guess, because I can't really interact with anything. All right, time out. That's a dark room. And for the last few streams, I've been playing Bloodborne. And if there's one thing I've learned is when you walk into a dark room in a video game. What?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What? Hello? Wait. Oh, what?
Hey, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Yes?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't know if I want to go in there. You just spent all this time making fun of me.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh. Oh, okay.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Hold on. Yeah.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Come on.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I can't break free from this? I'm gonna press 2. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Nothing but 3 works. Fine.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk,
Well, I appreciate you for
Stanley
coming.
dreamed
Thank you.
of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
So wait a minute. Am I basically like the main character of oh, what's the name of that short story? It was made into a movie with Ben Stiller. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. You know, constantly of course the movie was way off from the story, but constantly daydreaming of an exciting life only to live kind of the boring.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
What?
The thought excited him terribly.
Press M to spend time with the boys. Well, if I live a boring life, what boys am I spending time with?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oh.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What is going on?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
What?
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Okay.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
You
see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I don't want to push a button anymore. I want to go home. I don't know what to make of this right now. It's kind of strange. Crap, now I got no choice but to push a button.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
What just happened? Did the game just end? Oh, we're back at the beginning of the game. I think that was the game's way of telling me to follow the path.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I'm assuming that was the game's way of saying you just do what I tell you to do. I guess.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. I'll go to the left. By the way, Mr. Narrator, if you're narrating my life, why can't you narrate me out here into a free life, huh?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ooh, I figured out how to duck. Meeting schedule, Mondays, marketing Mondays, blah, blah, blah. Termination Tuesdays. We broke Wednesdays. Okay, pranking floors meeting. Kind of broke the, what's the word I'm looking for? The alliteration. There with We Broke Wednesdays. Couldn't think of anything for Thursdays or Fridays, could you? Oh, hey, an office party. Free review of weekly review. Wow. Alright, so stuff over here. Targets, not enough efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. That's good stuff. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. No more wow, please. What? You know what? I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that, and I'm just going to walk away. Yeah, get out the door, man. Ooh. Can I get Chris out of the broom closet?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I just wanted to see... I wanted to see if Chris was in here. Chris was stuck in the broom closet, and I saw the broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
For some reason, this makes me think I should still be here. I'm going to sit here just for a moment or two more.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Okay, sorry. My bad. Fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ah, I'm deviating away from you again. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. What am I about to deal with now? Fire hose and
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
No, there's something else I was wanting to ask.
Fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I was just going to ask that same question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Did you get all that?
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Come on.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Wait.
That this was a dream.
Wait. What?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife,
Don't have one.
and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I don't get many opportunities to talk, do I? Okay. Here's what I'm thinking right now.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Up. How did that car get in that parking garage?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Wait, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Did she at least call an ambulance?
She turned and ran.
No, she didn't call an ambulance. So, did I beat the game? What was that? I just wanted to know how the car got in the parking garage. Oh, crap. The parking garage. Oh, we're back here. Well, at least I know where the first cut goes. All right.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
So you get punished whenever you, like, go in the wrong
When
direction.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
All right, I've got an idea. I'm going to try it.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not likely.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Now, notice the sign. Do not jump from cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Well, guess what?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
Wait.
you've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Wait, I have an idea.
I'm not your enemy.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea.
I realize that investing your trust in
I have an
someone
idea.
else can be difficult.
That's
but
an
the
open
fact
door.
Is that the story has been about nothing
Whee!
but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
We'll see.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
You already proven yourself, you know. Danger. Danger everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to go this way. More weirdness.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm trying to remember, which pill is it in the Matrix that opened your mind and made you see everything? Was it the red pill or the blue pill? I'm trying to remember. Red pill, blue pill. I just can't remember. I cannot recall. Is it the red pill or the blue pill? He wants me to go through the red door, but, you know, I can always go through the red door later, and the blue door, blue is my favorite color. I love blue. But so far I've been, like, punished and mocked and whatnot for not following directions. Which way do we go? I'll go this way. Blue door, haha.
Aha,
Wait!
perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
What happened to the back? There is some... What? No! Forget you. Ha-ha!
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I won't. I haven't even done what the game wants me to do probably so far. Ooh.
You see? There's nothing here.
Wait.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Does it have blackjack and
There
hook?
we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I think something's not okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
It's all orange, none of it's blue. So that's the first problem I find here is there's a lack of blue. And really and truly, a game that's about choice, I really don't think I've got a lot of free will in all of this, so I'm going to give this a 4.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
Based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Yep. I don't... Up. What? 2 seconds. Oh, no. These people hacked. These people hacked straight out. Where am I in all this? Skip the intro sequence. Where? Oh, Stanley. This is... Look, I like to take my time through games, okay? You know, I'm just saying, all right? Sheesh, calm down.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'm in last place right now, and it kind of messes with the fact that I like to explore things. So you get a 1.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh, crap. What's going on?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
What?
You click the button to move him back to the right.
What?
And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
What?
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, this is like Don't Shoot the Puppy, isn't it? There's a part of me that's like, it's a baby. You know what? Bye now.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see.
Oh, no.
What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Please don't be what I think it is. What? Am I about to restart the game? Wait!
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Well, I can't
Well,
jump,
I'll
so...
say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Is it gonna fall on me?
This will go.
Come on, I can't
here.
jump.
No, here. And then...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course.
It's the worst game of
and just to
Minecraft
finish
ever.
it all off. Yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
What is this?
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
You know what? I've been a rebel up to this point and not doing what you tell me to do. So I think right now I'm just gonna sit here. I can't even jump. I can't mine. I don't even see any creepers, you know, let alone a duck or chicken or whatever. No. We are at an impasse now, Mr. Narrator. You're just gonna give me the silent treatment now, aren't you? Like, you know, just fine.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh, come on. By we have to go mining, you mean I don't get to mine. That's what we're getting at, right?
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Oh, great. I can't even... I can't jump. I'm about to get chased by, like, creepers and skeletons and spiders.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Yeah, this game's cracking me up, too. What is going on? Alright, so now what are we about to play? We were in Minecraft, now... Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
I'm taking the radio with me. It's more entertaining than you are. Still can't jump.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Oh, boy. Alright. Since I've actually played and beaten Portal. Still taking the radio with me.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I
Ooh. Was I supposed to do that? Okay. Radio stopped working. Filing cabinets. Up. What is going on? I'm in a dark hallway now. The narrator is nowhere nearby. GLaDOS is coming to kill me. Oh, yeah, it doesn't really matter much. This is open-ended, not necessarily in a good way. I don't know where I'm going now. Ooh, what the world was that? Okay, it was the door. It freaked me out. Everything's so dark. If I go this... No, where... Oh, it's the... Okay, it's the door handles that actually kind of creeped me out for a moment because I didn't know what was going on. Oh. Okay, there's light this way. Whoop. Can I get in that room? Looks like a control room. Okay. 427. Oh, crap. Where am I? Can I do anything with this stuff? Doesn't look like I can, so... I've now hit a point...
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Alright, so I'm assuming it's going to take me back to the beginning? Yeah, it's taking me back to the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to go back the way I came, but instead of going through the blue door, I'm actually going to go through the red door.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
You're starting to act like a real jerk there, narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Alright, employee lounge.
The lounge was sublime.
Soak it up.
A work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. So, there are two choices I want to make right now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, there are two options I've got right now. I can either... Because, like, the one thing I haven't tried is, like, jumping to my doom. Because that's a long way down. Or going through the red door. I think...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Not yet, we haven't.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Bye now. Whee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, so that's pretty much what I thought would happen, but Alright, so now we're going to try the red door.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's try this again.
When Stanley came to a set of two open...
All
this
right.
was not the
I want to
correct
go
way
through the
to
red door
meeting
this
room,
time.
and Stanley knew
I
it
want to
perfectly
completely
well.
avoid
Perhaps he
the
wanted
right
to stop
direction.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
And truth be told,
Standing
I could
now in this
have...
incredible room,
I could go back
Stanley,
through the
for
blue
first
door
but
and,
eager to get back to business,
I mean, I'm not going to
Stanley
do it
took
right
the
now,
first
maybe
open
later.
door on his left.
But I could go through the blue door and wait and listen to the guy instead of just jumping
Stanley
into the
was
pit
so
real
bad
quick.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, let's try this again.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Nah, we're good.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone
Aim
else
this
can
up
be
really
difficult,
good.
but the fact is that the
And
story has
whee!
been about... What? Really?
Yep.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
More or less.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Alrighty.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Fine. Red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
At
Do you
this
see
one
that
time.
I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted
Seriously?
to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
No, that can't be it. No. It's gonna force me to go through the door. Another dark door. Is it gonna take me back to the beginning?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Uh-oh.
Hmm?
I guess it wants me to move forward? Okay. Ooh.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
I'm tripping.
I actually feel happy.
So, we stay here to remain happy, and I can stay here for a moment. Let the drugs continue to take effect. Because I'm fairly certain that Stanley's on something at the moment. Floating lights of multicolors. Alright. What happens? Okay, I can go that way, I know. That seems to be the way we came in. So I can stay here and remain happy. What happens if we go off the ledge? Go that way. Go off the ledge. Go that way. Go off the ledge. Decisions. What should I do? Go through the gray room? Or go off the ledge? You know what? Jumping off of things has led me pretty good places so far. Oh, I can't. Well, alrighty then. I guess I'm stuck going through the gray hallway. Yay. Ooh, the lights are going... Okay, I'm gonna wait here for a moment. That's what I'm gonna... Alright, I've gotta say, this is decently relaxing at the moment. It really is. Let's go through the doors, though. Because I think that's all it's gonna do.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Okay. I don't know of anything that's going to happen if I keep waiting. So we're just going to go through here anyway and get the guy mad at us.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
He sounds very upset with us at the moment.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Are you like the voice in our head? Seriously? So my options are go back out there.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Or this. Go back out there. Or this.
No! Oh, thank God.
What?
You lived.
What?
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because it's the game that wants me to do this. Whee!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
What?
Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I stand out
I
here...
know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
No, actually I can't. Like, as relaxing as that is, I would hate to be on a platform by
perhaps
myself.
Not.
I couldn't be on a platform by myself like that for all, you know...
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Well, you're the one that programmed this, so why did you program this in the first place? Why did you program a death pit for me?
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
What?
I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
The game got somber all of a sudden.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Okay. That was kind of a really sad ending.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know where else to go from here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Sounds like that sounds like it works well to me. I don't know about you, but that's how all my coworkers solve their problems. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. And broom closet. Alright, we gotta head up this time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. Okay, executive bathroom, can't go there. Do I just walk in? I guess I just walk in and...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Thank you.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
This?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
I'm trying to
Trying
find
to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I couldn't find it.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I'm going to mess it up next time.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I am so going to mess it up next time on purpose. Whoa. Okay. Oh, we get to go down. Where are we headed? We're going down, down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
After we finish this one up, I'll have to end this
Stanley
tonight.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
And stay with me here. I could go through the door that says Mind Control Facility, or the big red letters that say Escape. Yeah.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, awesome. Going to meet my violent death. Will it be
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Is it going to
At
be
this
like...
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Manifest Destiny! Whoa! Nope. Nope.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye now. Well. Wait.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Wait, what? What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Huh? I'm confused again. The Stanley Parable. Where?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
What?
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Sure. I guess. Did I make it to the end of the game? Did I actually make it to the end of the game? Nature paintings. Look at those happy little trees. Happy little trees. That's not a painting. That looks like a picture. Nice paintings, I guess. Stanley's computer. Wait. It's the Stanley Museum. The office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Okay. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This quarter has been removed and altered to make sure the player reaches two doors in a good time. Oh, okay. Filing cabinets, office computers. What does this sign say? The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of itself, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The office. Button sounds. Ooh. Yay. The Stanley Parable credits. So we have the credits for the game. I've made it to the end of the game, apparently. By making the wrong turn again. Dude, I'm like in a museum. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, less narrators. What in the world? In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that this was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as it making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. No, I'd have gone with it anyway. I mean, I don't mind making fun of people who like first-person shooters. Yeah. Of course, I'm a jerk, so. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. We had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials. We never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Will the game feature capybaras? Oh. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? Why? How? Dear narrator, will the Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings? If the Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping, I hope it will let me find a signed selection of desert boots. How do you stay in shape? Okay, I'm going to skip that because that's going to take too much of my time. I don't want to just sit there and read that. Apartment timer. In previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Huh. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted to look at the place where the store actually stored. I gotcha. Cargo left. The cargo was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping a different path. However, after the earlier version, we decided also wanted an option player falling to his death. This is what I chose. Okay, so yeah, I'm in a museum that's showing me about the different options of the game, and the Zending model. Okay, the escape menu. Countdown desk. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta testing. I'm going to go back there in just a second. I want to take a look around, and I know this is 427, 427, 427. Stanley's office, from right to left, the evolution. Oh, okay, so yeah, we got the first to the second to the final iteration of the office. That leads me to one thing in particular that I noted. It talked about the freedom. Did I just find a way to freedom?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
Alright, did I miss something? Alright, this has been the Stanley Parable. I'll pick up this game again sometime later. I might play it a little bit more next week, because I'm fairly certain there's still a whole lot that I'm missing. So, this has been Andrew the Moo, and, JK, bye!